So we looked at models with observed variables so far. And of course, the decomposition results in latent variables, the random effects result in latent variables, but it's a little bit different than actually having a latent variable model. So now we're going to look at latent variable models, just vector models. And this is what I'm doing. I'm going back to the Cogito study. And now instead of using the sum score for positive affect and the sum score for negative affect, or the averages of those 10 items, as you probably know, PANAS, 10 items for positive affect and 10 items for negative affect, I'm actually going to use the original 10 items. So we have PA1 to PA10. The squares indicate that these were observed variables. And then they are decomposed into a between-person part, so that's the circles here, and the within-persons parts, or centered within-person over here. So now I have 10 means here at the between-person part, but I also have 10 temporal deviations. So at each occasion, a person deviates on all 10 items from their own 10 means for each item separately, right? And so for the within-person part, I can now specify a vector model where the latent variable here, I refer to it as state positive affect. So that's the SPA. And then at the between-person part, I have the means. And the means you can think of as the trait scores. It's like you vary in a particular item over time. The mean of this, you could consider this the trait score on this particular item. So that's what we have over here. Here. So these are the 10 means of a person. And we specify a vector model here. It would be trait positive affect. So we have a state model here and a trait model here. For the state model, I specify at the latent level an autoregressive process where I allow the autoregressive parameter to be different across individuals. So that becomes a latent variable also at the between-person level. And I allow for individual differences in the innovation variance. And that then also becomes a latent variable at the between-person level. So now I can see whether trait positive affect is correlated with the autoregression or the carryover in state positive affect, and whether it's related to the random input to this state. So basically now one way to think about it is that, okay, we have something that varies over time and that is common to all the indicators. Yeah? So I would call this the common state. There are parts here that I did not explicitly draw, but here's our residual parts. Residual parts that vary over time and that are unique to a particular item. So that would be unique state or just measurement error. And then at the between-person part, I have a common part that it does not vary over time. That's because it's at the between-person level. It doesn't vary over time. So that would be the common trait. And then I have unique parts here that do not vary over time. So these would be unique traits, or you could refer to them as systematic error. It's error that does not vary over time, but it's specific to a particular indicator, not related to the other indicators. So I like to think about it like this. This is a way to decompose the total variance into common state, unique state, common trait, unique trait. Or so we have measurement error, random measurement error here, and then systematic measurement error over here, systematic error. And then a few other things, of course, for the dynamics. So now I'm using vector notation without writing it out like as a complete vector, but the bold characters imply these contain multiple elements. So YIT is now just the observations on all 10 items for individual I at occasion t. And then mu I is also a vector. It contains 10 elements, and these are the means of individual I on all 10 indicators. And then we have the YIT superscript W, so these are the within person-centered 10 variables that vary over time. Then at the within person level, we specify the vector model here. So I'm saying the vector loadings are in this matrix lambda. Here the epsilons should have a subscript T as well, so there's a T missing here. Because of course these are the parts that vary over time because we are at the within person level. So these are the random measurement errors, the epsilons here. And so there should also be a T here. Then this is the vector model. So the vector here is specified as an autoregressive model. So the vector SPA at occasion T is regressed on occasion T minus 1. The random coefficient, and then we have a random innovation variance here. And at the between person level, we have the 10 means. They come from this part here. So the 10 trait scores of a person. They are the indicators of a latent variable called trait positive affect. And this lambda here does not have to be the same as the lambda superscript W. So these could be different vector loadings here. And then, of course, in addition to this, having different scores here for different individuals, we also have the random parts from the within person level, so the phi I and then the innovation variance, or the log of the innovation variance. And then they can be all correlated. So to specify the model, this is how you do it. So what is different here compared to what we've seen before is that now, instead of having observed variables that we want to have lagged versions of, as we did before, we want to do this for a latent variable. So we can only do it once we specified the latent variable. So as you see here, we are not using the lagged statement anymore in the variable command. Instead, we're creating a lagged variable, and it's happening over here. This is where it's happening. So we specify at the within person part, we specify the vector model using the 10 indicators. And the %1 here is saying, I want a lagged version of this variable here, lagged by 1. So that's how it's different from what we did before. I give names to the vector loadings. That's what I do here. I specify the autoregressive process. So now I can have SPA %1, because that's what I just created up here. So that's, well, it's this variable here. Or if you look at the diagram, it's this variable here. That's what we created there. So, yes, %1 here, autoregressive model here with a random slope, and then random innovation variance for this latent variable. Then at the between person level, I also specify the vector model. So that's the, I'm actually, yeah, now I'm calling it POB. So that's the trait positive affect. Yeah? So it's positive affect between, or trait positive affect as I called it before. And so we have the vector loadings here also giving them names. And then I allow the covariances between the latent mean on the vector, the phi parameter, and the innovation variance. And then also between the innovation variance and the phi parameter.
Maybe that's a good stopping point as a cliffhanger.
Right. Yes. So we're going towards factorial invariance.
Yeah.
Across levels.